Show, Peter G Show, Peter G Show, Peter G Show. Divorced dad, single dad, divorced dad, single dad. Peter G Show.
Time to make the donuts. Another week, and it's time to make the donuts. Turning big rocks into little rocks. It's Sunday night right here, Life of Peter G, right here live on Facebook, like clockwork. Tonight's going to be an intimate night. Hey, you know what we're going to do? Tonight's going to be a night of caring and sharing. That's right. I want everybody to start hitting those watch party buttons. I got to do that too. So hang on a second before I even get started. Woo! Yeah. I don't even know what I'm doing. Helps if I want you to take your buttons. If you're watching the show, you're cool enough to watch the show, kind enough to watch the show. And, hang on. Holy moly. There I am. So I want you to take it and just hit the share buttons. It's real simple. Look, I'm on. There I am. Hit the share. Oh yeah, start a watch party. That's what I'm getting ready to do. I'm saying let's all start a watch party. Smiley face. Uh-oh, did I do it? I don't think I did it. Let's all start a watch party. I think I did. No, I didn't. Oh boy. I gotta take my own lessons. We'll take it. This is a lesson, folks. Hit the share. It says start a watch party. I gotta do this because I haven't done it in so long. It's like shame on me. Let's all start a watch party. I'm teaching myself again. I can't spell watch. Boy, oh boy. All right, and then you hit start a watch party. It's going to be worth it tonight. All kinds of good stuff going to happen. There, you'll be notified. All right, folks. Great to be here. It's hot as hell here in California in an undisclosed location in Burbank, California. It is hot. Sweaty, hot, oven hot. Hey. But I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're watching a lot, because this isn't easy. Social distancing, yeah. Let me get this on the big screen. It's another thing we got to do. I'm telling you, this social stay-at-home stuff and all, I'm in social distancing and COVID-19, it is making it very difficult for old Peter here. Let's see what I can do. Because I've been left behind to take care of a lot of my own stuff, and it sucks. Because this is complicated. There I am. And there I am. Look at that. Whoa, 42 inches now. I got 42-inch screen. Paul, 42 inches. A little bit of a latency, a delay, but yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I'd like to be in an undisclosed location in Florida. Actually, I would disclose it. It's like, y'all come on over. Anyway, we're here. And tonight I'm going to be just me and you. And we're going to talk between us. Number one, I got stuff I want to talk about. But I'd rather have you call into 818-259-7983 tonight. And tell me something. There's got to be stuff you want to get off your chest. I promise you, there's a lot of stuff. But you guys are all going to sit there and watch. I don't want you to watch. I want you to be brave and call that number. But in the meantime, again, it's just going to be me, you, and my 3 million closest friends. But anyway, at the same time, I could not be here if it wasn't for my beloved Bolt Energy. That's right, folks. Bolt Energy. Electrify your senses. Why Bolt Energy? Let me tell you why. No preservatives. That's right. Try to find an energy drink with no preservatives. You're not going to find it unless you find Bolt Energy. Bolt Energy, the only electrifying energy drink that has no preservatives. It's a cleaner energy drink. My Bolt Energy people are workout fanatics. They wanted to develop something new, something better, something just to give you that little kick in the ass, to keep you going without feeling like you're getting a kick in the ass. I can honestly say, when I drink this, so, I got friends and they go, I don't feel nothing. It's like, you're not supposed to feel anything. You're just supposed to feel like doing what you're supposed to do. And that's what you feel. It just gives you a straightforward, clean, just like you're supposed to be normal. As you get older, it gets harder. Let me rephrase that. As you get older, it gets harder to have the energy. I know, funny. Anyway, but yeah, I don't drink coffee, and I'm not a coffee drinker. And I know people who live on coffee, can't speak a word until they wake up to their first cup of coffee. It's like, that sucks. I feel bad for them. I like something cold and brisk, and if I do need something, which I do usually by around 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I grab a can of Bolt Energy. Ask for it in stores, folks. Bolt Energy. If you don't see it in stores, I want you to just ask your store clerk for it. They'll get it for you. Don't forget, tonight we're going to talk about anything you want to talk about tonight. Tonight's going to be call-in night. I hope you have something worthy of talking about. If you don't, I got plenty of stuff to talk about. Whether you're going to like it or not is another story. But you know what? Again, I've learned that you can't please everybody, and that's it. But anyway, so I'm going to pop open a ice-cold can of Bolt Energy. Can't go that way now. We got computers over there, too. Surrounded with computers. Yeah, where are we? What do you mean? Where are we? We're right here. Salute, Bolt Energy. Oh. That's all I got to say about that. If you can't find Bolt Energy, go to www.drinkboltenergy. Ask Bolt Energy people, say, hey, where can I find this Bolt Energy Peter G speaks about? And they'll tell you where you can find it, or if you can get it, or how they can get it to you. It's important stuff, people. Anyway, I want to thank you guys who've been all hanging in there with me. We've been doing all kinds of shows lately. We have, I just want to bring awareness to certain things, and it's all about sharing stories, and, it's important to me, and there's a lot of things going on in this world right now, so I'm all over the map, and that's so be it. Somebody's got to be the voice, and I don't mind being that voice. But, even last week we had I don't know if any of you guys were tuned in, but Old Pepsi was on the line. He couldn't be here because of all this COVID stuff, and so we managed to get him via FaceTime or Zoom or whatever you want to call it, and that was a first. I mean, not that I couldn't have done that years ago. We had that capability. I just wanted to not deal with more stuff. I don't know, in my head I'm stubborn. I like people either sitting next to me or not. But now that it's become inevitable, and I said, you know what, let's, all right, Pepsi, better than nothing. And lo and behold, I haven't seen Pepsi since November. He started growing his hair out, and he quit dyeing it jet black. He's back to his blondish color hair. He hardly has any grays, that lucky bastard. And he's got a full head of hair. I'm completely jealous. But he's still the same old Pepsi. At least he was coherent and was able to not pass out before the show, and I appreciate him being on the show, but he keeps me on the edge of my seat because I don't know what's going to happen with him, so I'm always kind of nervous. But I do appreciate him very much because he keeps it interesting. Before that, was it the week before that? We had PJ Schranz from America Strong USA. That's the wristband challenge. I'm still waiting on my wristbands. Believe it or not, they're doing a wristband challenge that's benefiting healthcare workers, Michelle, first responders, and law enforcement. not just them, their families. Excuse me. Believe it or not, there's even, these people have family problems, money issues, children that are sick, things like that. And this guy and his movement of the America Strong USA wristband challenge is a big deal to me. They caught me and really got my attention. I'm waiting on the wristbands. Believe it or not, the wristbands are back ordered. They're already just starting to kick off this wristband challenge, and they're already. I'm still waiting on mine. But we're going to be jumping on board, and we're going to try and rock this thing because, it's not a whole lot to have to do to make a difference, one person at a time, and I truly believe in them and what they're doing, and there's going to be more to it. Believe me when I say we're just getting started. So, if you want to know more about America Strong USA, just go to americastrongusa.org. And it's really simple, and it's very well laid out. And, for $5, you can buy a wristband or buy two, keep one, and give one to somebody that you care about. Make a TikTok video, make a, Instagram video, and we're going to start doing that real soon. And we're going to see if we can, get this. I want to see this thing be as big as the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. I mean, yes, we're not dumping buckets of cold water on us, but, who wants it? I didn't really want to do that. I supported them, but I didn't want a cold. I don't need that. I want to stay nice and toasty, comfortable, warm. That's right. So, again, americastrongusa.org. Go to their website. Check out what they have to offer. We're just getting started, so you haven't heard the last of this. In fact, it's just the beginning of this. As soon as I get my wristbands, I'm going to be showing you, and I'm going to be telling you what I'm doing, and I'm going to do all I can for these people because I truly believe. But don't you forget it. That's why I can't do this but once a week, tell you about it. And through the week, I push it even in the old shows and the new shows, but it's a good cause. We need these people in our lives, and they need help too at times. We all need a little help. Speaking of needing a little help, I need a lot of help, but I feel good. All right, what else are we doing? I know they're going to move along. Tonight's going to be just me and you. Just me and little old you, and yeah. We're going to talk about things, whatever you want to talk about. If you want to call in, 818-259-7983, anything you want to talk about tonight, because otherwise I have a list of stuff and I'm just going to start talking about the stuff. Some of it's political, and I don't want to get political, but Jesus, Mary and Joseph, this is getting to be a lot. We're starting to swim in just a whirlpool of shit, and it drives me crazy. Hey, Gwen's on the line from America Strong USA. Hey, Gwen. I'm pushing. We need all the help we can get. Let's keep going. Share these shows. Liking is great, but you have to share the shows. Sharing brings it out. Sharing brings it out to all the people in your circle. I don't know how many COVID cases there are out here. There's a lot, but again, this is something I'm going to talk about too. Don't get me started. Actually, I'm already started. Where am I? So we had Pepsi last week. Coming up next week, I'm going to say this now, and I'm going to say it again before the end of the show. I'm going to have a guest on next week. His name is V. V. What up, V? He's from the Red Pill Hardcore Show. He's a radio talk show host from the Republic Broadcast Network. And they're pretty deep. They talk about a lot of deep, conspiracy things, political things, and, I was fortunate enough, they called me, invited me on their show a few weeks ago. Last Thursday, July 2nd. You can look it up. You go to Red Pill Hardcore Show, and everything's online, and it's all saved, and it's July 2nd. And, I didn't know what I was going to talk about. They wanted me on the show. But it ended up, we started talking about, they understand divorce and single parenting and surviving it and all that kind of stuff, and it ended up being a really good show. I actually listened to it a couple of days ago. I had a little bit of time. I tried to chill, which isn't easy. And I listened to it. It was pretty good. So I said, listen, why don't you come on my show, return the favor, because it was a good show, and we'll talk about your stuff. So next Sunday, which is going to be the 19th, July 19th, I'm going to have V from Red Pill Hardcore Network, or Red Pill Hardcore Show. He's a show host. He's from the Republic Broadcast Network. not the Republican broadcast, the Republic Broadcast Network, and it's worldwide. So they got a pretty good thing going on, and I'm going to have him next week. After that, I've talked about some things that are going on. Look at you guys having conversations among yourself via text. That's cute. Hey, I'm over here. Anyway, I'm kidding. But I love it. Now I lost my train. It's not easy to lose my train of thought. Hey, let's take a sippy cup break. I really love doing this show. I'm telling you, I really love doing this show. It wears the shit out of me sometimes. But I love doing this show because I know I have people, the silent majorities, the lurkers, the people who sit and watch, and there's a lot more than you think. Right now, it's like on the main screen, it looks like nobody's watching hardly. But I know that tons of people regurgitate. There's 4 different pages going on, and through the reruns and the party, the watch parties and this and that, it goes and goes and goes. And believe me, it all comes back as the week progresses. So I appreciate all of you very much. Oh, there I'm going. Now I just remember what I was going to talk about. I talked to Bob Paff a few weeks ago, and if those of you who watched a few shows, Bob Paff's been on my show 2 or 3 times. He's an East Coast Baltimore radio talk show host who's kind of like me, except maybe a little more straight-laced, a little more formal. I swear a little bit more. I'm maybe a little bit more emotional. Maybe I'm a little bit, I color outside the lines. But we both stand for the same thing. We do. We both care. So we share a lot in common, like we run on the same parallels, but he's running on the straight line and I'm zigging and zagging. Hi, my name is Peter. That's the way I'm wired. So I've spoke to him about, I want to have him on maybe once a month, and I thought it was going to be really cool, and I think it's going to be really cool. I'm hoping I can make the deadline that we've set for ourselves, the last Sunday of every month. If I can make this happen, it's going to be East Meets West. I don't know what the date is for the last Sunday of the month, but East Meets West, Bob Paff, Peter G, live on the Peter G Show, I want to talk about, because he does a Friday afternoon show in Baltimore, and I want to talk about what he talks about, but on my show. And we're just going to, ping pong back and forth off of his topics, because I know he covers things differently than I do, but yet we cover a lot of the same stuff. But I thought I'd just bring that to the table, and it's probably going to be pretty damn good. But that's it. I mean, again, Bob Paff comes from a pretty tattered past, and he's got a large family. He's been divorced twice. He lost a son, unfortunately, about 1.5 years ago to opioid addiction and overdose. Again, how much harder do you want to get kicked? He's managed to survive it, and what he does is he not only talks about things like that to help others such as I, but he talks about a lot of other things too. He's close to his religion, whether you like a religion or not. I mean, it's some form of accountability, I think. Believe me or not, and believe it or not, and I've said it many times, before this show starts, except for tonight, I was in a hurry. Before I start this show and before I leave my house, I mean, I do a little prayer. I do. I figure I got nothing to lose, and tonight, but it's lots of things for me right now. And right before they hit the on button, I remember it's like, oh crap, I didn't do my little prayer. So if the show blows up or something like that, then it's for real. But you know what? Life isn't perfect. My thoughts are there, my reasoning is there, and it's important to me. So, so it makes me happy. How it affects you, it's, again, if you believe, you don't believe, but I'm one of those guys who says, you know what, I believe. I got nothing to lose by believing. Doesn't change the way I am or who I am. In fact, it enforces the way I am. So, divine intervention. That's right, Paul. I need all the help I can get. And, the way I see it, it's like, imagine if I didn't say little prayers here and there. Holy crap. I mean, how much harder can I get kicked on a weekly basis? Speaking of weekly basis, so that's what's going to be happening. Next week is going to be V from the Red Pill Hardcore Show on the Republic Broadcast Network. He's going to be on my show, and I think we're going to have him on the screen. We're going to bring him on the screen and visually have him on the screen. We're working on that this week. again, it's, I know it's not that groundbreaking, but for me it is right now because I've avoided it for all this time, and I just figured I guess I'm going to have to do it because it's better. I can't have him here, and I think he's in Europe somewhere. I don't even know where the hell he is, but I know he's not in the States. So anyway, we're going to do that, and then the following, hopefully the last weekend of every month, I'm going to do this East Meets West, Bob Paff, Peter G, live right here on the Peter G Show. Looking forward to that. All right, what else am I doing? All right, so again, 818-259-7983. The phone is open. You want to call in, you got something you want to get off your chest, we'll go whatever direction you want to go. Otherwise, I'm going to be going whatever. I'm going to just keep on going down my list of stuff that I want to talk about, okay? That's the way I'm rolling tonight. I just needed a little break. Again, it was crazy with, hey, Nick. Staying up late tonight, are you? So tonight we're going to talk about stuff. Charlie Daniels, this past week, passed away. Charlie Daniels. My buddy, in fact, I'm going to get him back on the show. His name was Pat McDonald. He was Charlie Daniels' drummer for like 15 years. I didn't even meet Pat McDonald until years later when I'm here in L.A. It's a great story. At least it's one of my favorite stories for me. Because one of my old sound engineers worked for Charlie Daniels, but he cut his teeth on a band that I played with when I was first starting out. Somehow or another, this drummer that played for Charlie Daniels back in the 80s saw me playing somewhere. And I didn't know it. Apparently we talked. When I met him years later, oh boy, all right, this is going to be a good one because it's a long time no talk. Oh, wow. How do I owe you this honor, sir?
You better buy a lottery ticket.
How much?
It doesn't matter. If I'm calling you and it's a Sunday night, you should get a lot. That's a sign to buy a lottery ticket.
Yeah, it is. How you doing?
How am I doing? Well, they reclosed the bars again down here 2.5 weeks ago.
That's why I'm asking you. How you doing?
Yeah, well, I'm maintaining, as well as can be expected under these times. But I don't know. I think that this virus has been around and around, and the people that are most susceptible and that most at risk have already been around it, been in contact with it, and it's just not going to affect them.
Well, here's the thing, Nick. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, New York Nick from the infamous Badlands in Pensacola, Florida. One of my close friends who we've done a lot of stupid shit on Facebook together. He's allowed me to come into his bar and say, "Hey, I got this great idea." So anyway, yeah.
Well, I let's not embellish on the greatness of it.
I'm losing. You're sounding kind of echoey. What's going on over there?
Oh, I'm in my booth.
Oh, all right.
Right?
Okay.
Did I do something wrong?
In the
Am I
mausoleum?
doing something wrong?
No, I don't know. It just sounded like...
I'm in the...
Yeah, okay, you're good now. You're good.
There you go.
The living mausoleum.
The living mausoleum. I'm inside the booth here at the bar. So,
yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Of course, if anybody knew the answer, they'd be a billionaire right now. And it's rule the world. But I just think that it's another form of a virus. I know that there's a lot of people susceptible to it.
Yep.
I know, it sounds like there's a delay.
Well, it's not me. Just make sure you're talking directly into the phone.
Thanks.
It's your first time out. Hey, let me tell you something, Nick. If you can survive past November 8th financially and with the business and all that, believe me when I tell you that there's going to be a miraculous recovery of so many things that life is going to, all of a sudden, the skies are going to open up and life is going to somewhat go back to normal if we can just survive till November 8th or whenever election day is.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Sure.
Are you telling me that Trump is not going to win again?
No.
B, that Biden is going to win?
No. I'm just saying that when the elections are over and I know who's going to win, but I don't want to start a shit war with everybody because I love a lot of people that believe that, different beliefs, and this is I was going to touch on that tonight too. But
right.
I'll be really glad when the elections are over. And God forbid it goes a different direction. Whatever direction it happens, all of a sudden the skies are going to open up and it's going to be, ye shall overcometh all the horror that has happened over the past 6 to 8 months of 2020, and it will all go away. Holy crap. That's what's going to happen, Nick.
Well,
yeah,
I didn't know you knew this. I didn't know you could see the future. If I could see the future, I would just pick 6 out of 54 numbers and win the lottery.
No, talk to me. I'm going to get up from my chair for a minute. I'm listening.
I don't, as much as we can go all the way back to the beginning. The week before St. Patty's Day, when the entire sports world shut down, and when the entire live entertainment industry shut down, they should have shut everything down at the same time. They should have treated it like 9/11, shut the country down,
yes.
Close the borders,
yes.
And everybody stay where you are for 14 to 21 days. Not this hodgepodge and that just goes back and forth and around and around.
Look, I get it, but it's bugging the shit. I don't know if people are going to bend as easily as they did the first time because I don't doubt, and I got this girl that's on right now, Michelle, and she's a healthcare worker, so she's in the hospitals, and she's texting up a storm right now, and I appreciate it. But the thing is, look, I don't doubt there's something out there that's really bad. I just don't believe the numbers. I just don't. I just think it's overinflated. No. I'm sorry, Michelle, but she's going to give me shit about it. But I know there's people that are sick.
Michelle, okay. And tell Michelle I'm 60 years old, but I've lost 3 classmates my age in Syracuse to the virus. If it was the virus, that's what they died now. Now, what I'm saying is that the people who are most susceptible, the people who are going to die, the people who are going to go through this and not make it, have already come and gone. The numbers are going down as far as the deaths. Everyone's getting tested now, and that's why those numbers are up.
Yeah, and it's like if you had the flu. I got a friend of mine. He went in for a whole different reason, right. And he was kind of. Anybody can catch a cold, but it's COVID now. Everything is COVID.
Oh my God! It's really, and you know what? Why it's number 19? Because there's 18 different viruses before it. There's all kinds of viruses.
She's having a shit fit.
You know what? My doctor said the same thing, Michelle. You know what my doctor told me? Take over-the-counter medicine. You're going to get through it within 10 to 14 days. And if you don't, you're going to die. And that's it.
Yep. She's having a fit. Oh, my God. Not true. She's hearing you, though, too. She hears you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll give
give her.
I'm going to.
No.
Let you go.
No. Believe me. No, don't go.
Speaking of, okay, let's get on. Okay, really quick, after we'll get off the subject. Speaking of Charlie Daniels, Charlie Daniels, Marshall Tucker, the Outlaws, the Allman Brothers, pure, true Southern rock. Poco, pure Prairie League, that's Southern rock.
Yeah.
Not this other. I won't even mention the other bands that I don't want to.
Oh, you love Skynyrd. I know how much you love Skynyrd.
Oh my God! 38 special.
Play Freebird.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. Give me true Southern rock.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna leave you alone. Go do your best.
Why? Why are you gonna leave me alone?
Because
I never leave you. I never leave you alone.
I know, Jesus.
Nick, I love you, man. You know what I mean? Again, I know you don't understand it half the time, but it's like I know you're an afterthinker. What?
You're like Ferris Bueller. You're my hero.
Yeah, yeah. I wish I could stand up to that. That's a lot of big shoes to fill, right there.
Yeah,
but I'll take it.
Hey, go do your thing. Go enjoy the rest of your show.
Yep.
I'll be in touch.
All right. Thanks for listening in, Nick. I love you. Talk to you when I talk to you.
Thanks, boss.
All right, brother.
Okay, bye.
Stay out of trouble. Bye. There you go, folks. New York Nick from the infamous New York Knicks Badlands in Pensacola, Florida. He's got a bar over there. He's always been I used to call him the voice of Pensacola because he was a DJ that was in one of the biggest rock clubs back in the day when there was touring bands that came through every week, and he was the voice. And we met many, many, many moons ago. And thank you, Gene. And we got a lot of history together, and we've done a lot of stupid shit together and a lot of great stupid shit together. And even when I go into town, it's like I push the limits with him, and he gets all crazy and aggravated with me. And he does. And, you know, because he's focusing. He's got a business to run, and here I come screwing everything up, but I got a dream. And then when we get through with it, like, you know, shortly after, it all comes together for him, and he lightens up and realizes the value in the stupid shit that we do. I mean, because it's, you know, it's entertaining, and we do have some fun. So it's non-productive in your opinion. There's a lot of people out there. They all have opinions too. You're entitled to yours. Yes, you do. Anyway, you can come and voice your opinion. I'll let you voice your opinion. You want to speak your mind? Speak your mind, Michelle. Call me right now. I'll open the phones up to you. I'm waiting. 818-259-7983. Otherwise, I'm going to keep talking about stuff. So anyway, Charlie Daniels passed away at the age of 83. God bless him. He was a pretty good man. My buddy played drums for him for 15 years, and I didn't even know he was my buddy. This guy saw me playing drums somewhere on the East Coast back in the 80s. Apparently, we had a conversation and we talked. I met this guy in the late 90s again through a sound engineer friend of mine by the name of Trey Chamberlain, who's passed away. He died from ALS, which was at the age of like 50 years old, which sucked really bad. But he was touring with Leonard Skinner, Charlie Daniels, Little Feat, what's his name? Oh boy, mind blank. He toured with a lot of people. One day, I went out to Cerritos, California to see him, and he was mixing for Charlie Daniels. And he says, "Let me introduce you to the drummer." And I before the show, and he goes, "Pat," and the guy's name is Pat McDonald, sweetheart of a guy, and he was on this show because he's a divorced dad too. Years ago, he was on this show. I'm gonna call him again too, because now it's years later. I want to catch up. And he goes, "Pat," he goes, "This is my friend Peter G." And he goes, "Yeah, I know. Yeah, Trey. This is a good story, Nick. This is my favorite story for me because it was the ultimate compliment for me. And I don't really care, but it was cool coming from this guy, and I'll tell you why. So this guy, Pat McDonald, at the time when I went to go see my friend Trey mix for Charlie Daniels, I thought it was going to be all boom, chicka boom, chicka boom. I went, and my hair was Billy Idol. I was in this stage of my life where my hair was short, and it was Billy Idol bleach blonde white. My poor father, I gave him a shit fit when he saw me because I was sporting this hair for probably a year. So he introduces me to this drummer, Pat McDonald, at the Cerritos Music Civic Theater, wherever the hell it was at, here in L.A., outside of L.A. And he goes, "Pat," he goes, "this is my friend Peter G." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "I know." He says, "I know you." And I looked at him. I go, "No, you don't." And he goes, "Yeah, I do." And I go, I got a pretty good memory. You don't know me. He goes, "No, you're left-handed, right? You're a drummer, left-handed, right?" And it's like, yeah. And he goes, we've met. I've talked to you. And it's like, okay. I said, "Are you sure?" I said, "Because, you know, my hair, I used to have long, from short to long. I've had it all. Burgundy wine, you name it. I didn't, you know, now it's getting harder to do." So he says, "We've met." He says, "You're left-handed." He says, and I go, "Okay, you know," and that's okay because I am left-handed. I play backwards set of drums, so that he goes, "But I'm still not buying into it." So then he goes, "You play a 20-inch Paiste Power Ride." Now, for those of you who don't understand, cymbals are like car tires. There's a million types and models, like Michelin, and then you got all these different type of Michelin tires. Well, cymbals are the same way. You got your Zildjian cymbals, you got your Sabian cymbals, and then there's all these different sizes, and they come in different levels of how much they cost and sounds and the type of, you know, a 20-inch cymbal. There could be like 24 types of 20-inch cymbals. But he looked at me and says, "You play a 20-inch feisty power ride, and I'm going to tell you, that's like having a really weird sized tire. Most drummers, when it comes to a ride cymbal, that most drummers play with 22-inch cymbals. I always played with a 20-inch, and again, it was an odd cymbal, but it was very distinctive sounding, and it was great. I still have it. It's hard to break a ride cymbal. Crash cymbals, I used to break them every winter. But, so he had me. It's like, okay, you know who I am. Where we met, we still can't figure it out. Still can't figure it out to this day, but it was somewhere along the East Coast when I was touring regionally with a band called The Pilots. And he goes, I know you. He says, you're a good drummer. And I was like, thank you. Showtime comes. I go and watch the show. I'm sitting in front of the house with my buddy. He's mixing. And let me tell you, again, Charlie Daniels, I thought it was going to be, Devil Went Down to Georgia, boom, chicka, boom. This drummer, they let him cut loose. He cut loose. He had a double bass kit for Charlie Daniels, and they were letting him really open up. I mean, he added a lot of good flavor to the band. They let him open up, and they let him solo. And I'm sitting back there, and I got my hand on my chin. Back then, I was doing a lot more studio sessions, so I wasn't flashy. It was more about being solid. And I'm watching him, and I'm going, shit, this guy's good. I'm watching him, and he's really good. And then he does a solo, and I'm going, I've lost those chops. I don't get to do that kind of stuff. When you're doing studio stuff, they want groove, they want feel, they don't want a bunch of fills, they want solid. Anyway, show's over. We're getting ready to go to dinner. My buddy and myself, Trey Chamberlain, we're going to go have some dinner and hang out after the show. I wanted to say goodbye to him and tell him he had a really good show. So I was amazed. So I told him, I said, we go backstage and it's like, hey, dude. I go, I was floored. I go, I can't believe how awesome, you did a great job. And he goes, thank you. And this is what blew my socks off again, because I'm just me. He goes, thank you. He says, but I got to tell you. He says, I was pretty nervous because I knew you were out there watching. And to me, that was like the ultimate compliment, because he had, and still does. I mean, I'm good, but I'm not Simon Phillips. You know what I mean? I'm good in my own way. Everybody has their certain qualities, but this guy thought that much of me. And believe me, he's no slouch. No friggin' slouch. He kicked ass. I was sitting there watching him going, holy crap, this guy's good. And he was nervous because he knew I was out there because he'd seen me play before. And I was good. But, good and great was two different things. I never wanted to be great. I just want to be good, make people happy. But anyway, Charlie Daniels passed away at the age of 83 from a stroke, and he left Charlie Daniels several years ago. I had him on the show about 3.5 years ago because he had a small daughter, and he was a single dad, and unfortunately he was having to spend a lot of time in Nashville, but he's from South Florida, and he left Charlie Daniels to be a dad. And so we talked about that. I got him. It's like an hour and a half, 2-hour show. It's just an audio part because this is when I was first starting out, but it's a great interview. Why is my phone... sorry, my phone's ringing. Anyway, but it was really, really good. So that's that. That was my story with Charlie Daniels and Pat McDonald, but I'm going to get him back on the show. There's a lot of fatal shootings going on, people. I don't understand why. There's a lot of senseless killings and things going on, gun violence. Again, separate and divide, create havoc, all that baloney. I hate it. I'm going to start touching base and moving quicker because they're saying, come on, keep going. 909 here in L.A. 818-259-7983. Don't be shy. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep on going. I don't know if you saw in the news in San Francisco, in Marin County, just a little bit north of San Francisco, an Asian family was at a restaurant, and they were having a birthday party, and they weren't bothering anybody. They were just having dinner, and they sang happy birthday and this and that. Some drunk CEO for some company, white guy, had a shit fit, couldn't handle it. He was out of his mind and started cussing them out. He screwed himself. I love it. I was like, look, there's good and bad everybody. And this guy just showed his ass. And with the phones nowadays, you can't do that. You just can't. You're just an asshole. And he starts, MFing them and assholes and, Asian, this and that. It's like, for what? So the waitress stuck up for them, kicked his ass out. He left. That was on video. They captured it on camera. He's the CEO of some company over there in San Francisco. And so the guy's apologizing. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to say that. It's like, no, you meant to say it. You were buzzed and you meant to say it. You're an idiot. You're a friggin' idiot. I'm telling you, I don't care what color you are. If you're an idiot, you're a friggin' idiot. Which brings me to there's good and bad in everybody. Thank you, Nick. It is a great story. It was a great story. I'm telling you, the guy floored me. You know, it was the greatest compliment I've ever had, actually, because this guy kicked ass. He's a great drummer. So he left Charlie Daniels, you know, and he goes, who knows how many more years I can do this, you know. And the Nashville guys, they don't really get you. You're on a stage, and yes, you've made it, but I think everybody thinks you make a lot more money than what you really make. And he told me that, and it's a great interview, and I'm going to have him back on the show because I want to catch up with him one more time. His daughter's getting older now, and, you know, I'm sure things are changing, but he gave up his career also to be a father. So that was like the ultimate, you know, step-up dad. Because believe me, it's not easy stepping away from something that you love and that you're able to make a living from. And in fact, he's even been featured in Modern Drummer magazine, and that was, you know, one of my... As growing up as a kid, I mean, that's like being on Guitar Player magazine or something like that. That's what your ultimate, I mean, that's something you strive for. I never made that. It just happens. You know, there's a lot of drummers out there. I never made it. I would have liked to have. But, you know, it just, again, the difference, it's a fine line between doing it and doing it. I have no regrets. It's all good. Next on my list, because nobody wants to call in, I think we pissed off Michelle. I don't see her around anymore. She could have called in and spoke her voice if she wanted to. Mary Trump, Trump's niece, wrote a book. The book hasn't even come out yet, and it's already a bestseller. How the hell does that happen? It's already on the bestsellers list, hasn't even come out yet. She's trashing her uncle. I think everybody trashes him. But it was put to me last week through somebody. He's a New Yorker. You're just firing him up to work even harder. He lives for that shit. You can't hurt him. All I can say is, give me somebody better, and I'm in. I'm sorry. When Iran was giving us a bunch of shit, he punched him in the face. North Korea, bunch of shit. He ended up going there and shaking hands with the man. Whatever happens, he doesn't take any shit. And I'm sorry. We can't be a pussy. We're turning into a pussified nation. Give me somebody better, and I'm in. He's rough around the edges, I clearly admit. But he doesn't bow down. And again, I wouldn't want that job. I wouldn't want that job at all. I'm not. You don't want to disagree. You want to disagree with me or agree? I don't care anymore. I really don't. I still respect my friends. I love my friends. You know what I mean? We have different tastes in women and men, and, you know, you like this person, I like this person, I don't like that, you like that. I don't not like you as a friend because of it. Still think we need to all hang together, because I'm telling you, the biggest thing that's happening right now, we're going to be like, you know, zombies. Chaos, through chaos, conquer and divide. I had somebody who I know, she works for a restaurant, she needed change. The bank, somebody was telling me they're going to start slowly eliminating money. It's happening. She says you can't get change anymore at the bank. They're like running out of money. It's going to be a cashless society. What happens when it becomes a cashless society? You have no control over your you know, what you can and cannot do. One more step. And keep going. Anyway, so friggin' Mary Trump, Donald Trump's niece, writing a book, you know, and she's talking a lot about her grandfather or you know, Trump's father and stuff like that. But, you know, they break it out into a big mess, you know, but already hasn't even come out yet. It's already a bestseller. I'd love to have a book like that. The unread book, it's already that great. It's all bullshit. It's just hype. The news hyping you up, people. Mary Kay Letourneau. Anybody remember Mary Kay Letourneau? She was screwing a 6th grader. She was a teacher. She had sex with a 12-year-old boy. Hang on, this is making me thirsty. You you can call me if you want and tell me something you want to get off your chest. Otherwise, I'm going to keep on doing this. Next week, though, I got V from the Red Pill Hardcore show. Tonight, I'm just airing it out. After having Pepsi, on the show, it wore me out, and dealing with him most of the week, Daddy needs to take a break. I just wanted to have a little one-on-one with you guys. I like this. Those late-night shows that try to talk to a dead camera, they need more practice still. Stephen Colbert still can't do it. He still has writers writing for him like he's talking to an audience. It doesn't work. I can't stand it. I turn the shit off. You can't. It doesn't take him 3 seconds to start getting political and start bashing. It's like that shit gets old. Who wants to hear that crap all day? People want to be entertained. Like oh boy, James Corden, The Late Late Show. That's entertainment. He keeps it light. He tries to let people have fun. Yeah. All right, so where am I? Mary Kay Letourneau. So she was a teacher, had sex with a 12-year-old, and she got pregnant, and she went to jail and all that kind of stuff. She ended up marrying the guy. They were married for 10 years or something like that, and she had 2 children, even while she was in jail. Conjugal visits. And, they were married for 10 years, and then they got divorced. Everybody gets divorced. Nobody can hang. But 10 years. No regrets, too. Well, Mary Kay Letourneau ended up coming down with cancer. I'm surprised they didn't rule it COVID-19. But anyway, so she passed away of cancer last week. And so she was in the news. They were married from 2005 to 2015. But even when she got sick, the guy that she married, even though they weren't together anymore, came back and took care of her 24/7. They have 2 children together. And he took care of her. I mean, you kind of remember why you got married in the first place. This is what happens. I mean, this happened with my own parents. I mean, my parents, sometimes I said, how the hell did you guys get married? I swear to God, they were at each other's throats like cats and dogs at times. But when my mother started getting sick in her later days, my father really stepped up to the plate and like the reasons why you got married and the love that you had, it just kind of came full circle. Let me tell you something. My father redeemed himself big time in my heart, in my mind. I love both of them anyway, but he really, because my father was one of those, he was a little guy too. He wasn't like really taller. I'm way taller than both my parents. He's just a little tough little Greek guy. But he was always like, my father never told me he loved me until I was like 29 or 30 years old. When I moved away from the house, he changed. Like, he got soft in his old age, and I get it, because I'm that guy. I'd always believe that you don't have to say I love you. Sometimes, you can wear that word out. It's really easy to say I love you. Show me, don't tell me. Actions speak louder than words. And that's a big deal. And my father just changed, Every time I'd go home, and he'd look at me differently. But because he was, things were changing. Life was changing. But, as my mother got sick as in her older years, in her upper 80s and stuff, he really, really, really stepped up to the plate, and it's changed a lot of things. Again, I love them both anyway, no matter what. It wasn't like he was a bad person, but it just brought back the faith of like the love that they had. I got to see that because he was there every single day for her. I was like 2,000 miles away on the phones every day trying to manage them, administrative wise and financially and all that kind of stuff, but my father was my eyes. He was there every day. So anyway, Mary Kay Letourneau passed away from cancer this past week, and she's back on the news. People forget about that stuff. All right, if you want to fix all your problems, I'm going to move right along here. Since nobody's calling, 818-259-7983. If you got a grievance, you want to talk about something, I guess we pissed off Michelle. She disappeared. She can't hit again. A strange bird. She's been on my show. You want to speak your voice, Michelle? You get on the show. Okay, I'll let you have your day in court. I don't care what you believe in and who you believe in. You can tell it right here on the show. We don't have to agree with each other. We just have to respect each other. But she's gone. She texted up a storm, though. It's like a half a friggin' book I'm reading over there. Anyway, I'll tell you what. Kanye West is running for president. He's going to fix all the problems. Problem solved. Vote for Kanye. Said no one ever. The man's a musical genius. Just ask him. It's the biggest bunch of bullshit. Anyway. I'm just saying. One more time, I'm going to tell you, America Strong USA, this wristband challenge. I forgot that, ABC does a little segment at night called America Strong also. I kept trying to remember why it's such a great sound to it. ABC News does a little segment at the end of their show just about every night called America Strong, where they feature some good story, a feel-good story. I'm challenging ABC, NBC, CBS, whoever, to this America Strong USA wristband challenge. This is a good cause. If you guys do all the good that you do, you'll feature this on your show. ABC. I like ABC, I think. I like them all. But this is a good cause. This is a nonprofit organization doing this wristband challenge. They don't keep a penny of this money, and it all goes to first responders, healthcare workers, law enforcement, people in need, even in their positions. We're giving back to the people who give. So ABC News, World News, CBS, NBC, I'm calling you out. Talk to me. Let me know that you're going to say something about this wristband challenge. It's going to take off anyway, but do your part. I challenge you. That's all I got to say about that. My sponsor can't log into the show. How can you not log into the show? Come on. What are we new? All right, let's see what else the hell I got here. Again, guys, unfortunately, I'm starting to get political. I don't want to get political. It's drawing me into the arena because life, there's just so much. It's a cesspool, a whirlpool of shit going on. And the news media is just feeding off of this stuff. There's so many other things going on that nobody's talking about. And again, I don't want to get into this, but it's getting beyond crazy. I can't wait for November to be over. And you know what? If I'm wrong, call me out. Say, Peter, you're a friggin' idiot. But I'm telling you. I am telling you. I'm telling you. Come November, all of a sudden, 80% of these problems are going to go away by the second half of November. People are working really hard to make life miserable for the United States right now. It's called chaos. Disrupt the whole nation, cripple the nation, and blame it on somebody. We all know who that somebody is. Use your heads, people. Think before you just jump to conclusions. Where were we up until 2020? How are you doing? Were you better than you were 3 years ago, 4 years ago? Just saying. It ain't easy. Life is not easy. We're always going to have problems, but there's a lot of cover-ups going on, and everything from this Jeffrey, Epstein and whatever the hell his name is, sex trafficking. Hillary Clinton, she's been going to court. She lost her appeal. Nobody's talking about it. People are going to be disappearing and dying again. You watch. The Jeffrey Epstein's girlfriend now. They got her in paper clothing with no mattress or no sheets on the mattress, so she doesn't accidentally kill herself. They can't afford to do it. It's like, how many times can this happen and people are going to believe in it? Buy into it. Oh, I guess he killed himself. Right? Come on. Don't be sheep. Don't be sheep. Don't believe everything you hear. You don't have to take what I'm saying and believe in it either. Just use your head. Read. Take a bunch of different things and draw your own conclusions. It's divide and conquer. It sucks. Wow, 9:24. One phone call for the night. This is what happens, but that's okay. 818-259-7983. Anybody, I'll take one more phone call and then I'm out of here. I'm going to call it a day. But I did want to talk to you personally, and I'm glad we did. Time flies. It really does. Another week gone by. Holy crap, people. Don't know how I lost the show, but we lost the show. I don't know if it was Facebook that cut me off. I was saying the wrong things. Don't know. Now I have to piece this all together. I don't have to do it, but it's got to get done. All right, so that's it. Whatever the hell happened, happened. I said my piece. I said what I wanted to say, and that's it. And for those of you who have something you want to say, you're always welcome to say it. Unfortunately, you don't. Next week, V. That's going to be interesting. We'll see if Facebook is going to cut me off on that one, because it depends what we talk about. Next week, V from Red Pill Hardcore Show, the Republic Broadcast Network. He's a radio talk show host. He's going to be on my show. We're going to put him on screen. We'll see what happens. I'm going to let you go. Again, thank you, Bolt Energy, for letting me... Yeah, don't know what the hell happened. Everything just went down. That's a first, and it wasn't us. Thank you, Bolt Energy, for letting me be here. Ask for Bolt Energy, electrify your senses. Why Bolt Energy? No preservatives. Holy moly. Blew my mind. I've never watched Facebook shut me down, but I think they did. I think they did. We'll figure it out later. Now I have to watch my mouth. Politically. This is the world we live in, folks. So again, I'll see you next week. If anything I can leave you with while we're still here, be patient. Respect everybody's opinions, but love everybody. Stop with the hatred. Stop with they're doing this to make us all separate. You get it? Stop. Let it go. I got neighbors that don't think the same way I think, but that doesn't mean I don't like them. You know what I mean? Everybody's got their own opinions. We're all going to survive this, I'm telling you. Let's get past November. I can't believe in that more than anything. All right? Love you guys. Next Sunday, V from the Red Pill Hardcore Show going to be on this show. Right here. Life of Peter G, the Peter G Show, every Sunday night, 8:30 Pacific, 10:30 Central, 11:30 on the East Coast. I can't believe the show went down. Blows my mind. Watch the show during the week. You can watch party it on demand. The show regurgitates. It plays. You can find it. You can go watch it. Hit the share button to watch party. You hit share. It says, do you want to start a watch party? Start a watch party. Let it go out to your people. Let's all spread the love. At the end of the day, it really is. I say there's certain things, you know. Sometimes we have a little bit of fun, but I do love everybody. Life is short. I want everybody to be kind to one another. Don't take no shit, but you don't have to be, you know what I mean? Life is just too damn short. I love you. See you next week. Hopefully we can get through the whole show next week. That's a first. Blows my mind. First time. First time for everything, though, right? Anyway, whatever. All right, so let's do this. Peace out. Love you guys. Watch the show all week.
Peter G Show. Peter G Show. Peter G Show. Peter G Show. Divorced dad, single dad.